Question number 3 says, what if I find fasting really difficult? Well, I've got some good news for you. Firstly, most of us do it first. I want to suggest though, if you would embrace a discipline of fasting. Now I've been fasting, as I showed in earlier videos, probably fast for about 40 days now, eat for 40 hours. I fast for 40 hours, eat for 8 hours, fast for 40, eat for 8. And what I found is, frankly, the first couple of times I did that, I was miserable. Oh, the pain, the self-pity. I'm not mocking, but here's a few interesting thoughts on that. Firstly, seriously, 95% of our challenges, of our pain, of the difficulty in fasting is not actually physical. It's interesting, I've learned to do this. I call it giving myself an MRI. If I'm fasting, I'll usually take a few minutes and literally it's like I do the radar from my head to my toes. And I actually want to be mindful and aware, what is my body actually feeling? How much pain am I really in? How hungry am I really? And at times, I think nearly all of the time, I've found when I'm so hungry, it's more a mental or emotional state. It's like there is a little bit of background hunger and I start thinking about it, or I start wanting mentally, emotionally to eat something, and I'm feeling denied, and I whip myself up into some big, storm. And if I actually take a minute and think, I feel absolutely fine. Sometimes I can't even feel any hunger whatsoever, or the hunger is like, the pain level, would be like 2 or 3% out of 100. So I think at times that difficulty is in the mental and the emotional realm. How do we conquer that? Actually learning to not think about it, not go there. At times, if we'll just take that and park it and begin thinking on something else, begin speaking something else, begin reading a book, begin engaging with God, well, suddenly we don't think about it whatsoever, and all of that pain goes right down. Now, I found there are practical ways, like sometimes putting a little bit of salt in water will take hunger away. And at times when you're fasting, your body's really burning and consuming minerals. Sometimes the headaches or the hunger we're getting is actually just a lack of salt or electrolytes or minerals. So here's what I found difficult in fasting. If you press through, it gets easier every time. And my experience is after about 2 weeks of, for me, alternate day fasting anyway, so after maybe about 6 to 8 one-day fasts, suddenly the pain level is only about 20% of what it was at the beginning. And having done that now for 2 or 3 months, I find my difficulty, my pain level is probably around about 5% of what it was now. Is there a little bit of background discomfort? Yeah. But it's more comfortable to sit in a chair than it is to walk or run or whatever. It's really not that uncomfortable, and the benefits are glorious. So if you find it difficult, ask God for grace, start small. Don't go on some 40-day fast to start with. Maybe why don't take a week or 2 and say, hey, I'm going to miss breakfast and start eating at lunchtime, and I'm going to use that time, that breakfast time, to pray and really engage with God, and maybe you'll have a miserable morning, and the more you do it, the easier it will get. Promise in Jesus' name.